These are 3 killer marketing strategies for your cleaning company. Ultimately, how quickly your business will grow will be largely driven by how effective your marketing strategy is. So in this video, I'm going to take you through 3 key areas that you need to get absolutely right to get your business growing as quickly as possible. Let's jump straight into it. First of all, we need to think about our website. How are we getting people who come to our website and trying to persuade them to get in touch with us and become a booked client of ours in our calendar? This point is really driven about lead capture versus online booking. What do I mean by this? When someone comes to your website, we need to think about how do they then get in touch with you. A lead capture approach is generally using a small, simple contact form with a call to action like get me a price or request a quote. In that short form, you might ask for the client's name, the client's email, the client's phone number, and the type of service that they're looking for. Let's say a weekly or a bi-weekly clean or a one-off clean. And they might request hit submit, and that will request a quote from you. And you can then receive that information, and then with those clients' contact details, you can then follow up with the client. And then that would be the last step to try and close them. So if you then give them a call and the client wants to book with you, you could then book with them there and then. That would be an example of what a lead capture approach would be. So broadly, you're trying to get people to fill out a short form or either give you a call directly. That differs to the online booking side. So online booking is something that has been talked about an awful lot, and that is really where a lot of new businesses, particularly those with some sort of tech background, like to go. So with the online booking side, this would allow a prospective client to pick a specific slot in the calendar, pay and book for that cleaning online. So there will likely be some sort of credit card or debit card field. Someone would need to enter their details to then book that clean there and then. This first point is talking about, do we go down the lead capture route or do we go down the online booking route? So I've tested both extensively in my own cleaning business, and 9 times out of 10, I believe that people should go down the lead capture route. And that is because ultimately the conversion rate overall is going to be higher using a lead capture approach than an online booking approach. So let's give us some numbers broadly. Very typically with the clients that we work with, let's say we're running some sort of ad campaigns, some Google Ads campaigns, we would expect about 20% of all the people that come to our website to either contact us, give us a call, or fill out a form. Once that lead comes in, then the client would then need to follow up with that lead and then close that client. So let's say 20% of people who come to the website fill out a form, then we might expect, say, 1 in 3 of those leads to actually turn into a booked client. So if we take 30% of the 20% that come in, that's around about a 7% conversion rate. So 100 people come to our website, 20% of them will then fill out a form, so that's 20, and then 30% of that 20 would then become a book client. That would mean 7 clients out of 100 people that come to our website in the first place. So when we compare that with the online booking side, we see that the conversion rate is a lot lower. So typically for every 100 people that would come to our website with an online booking form, we would expect maybe 1 to 2% of those to become booked clients. 1 or 2 clients versus 7 clients on the lead capture approach. And this is why generally I would advise you to use a lead capture approach, because you're going to be getting a lot more clients using that strategy. Really, it boils down with the online booking side is particularly if you have new clients, the hurdle of putting in your card details straight away is quite a big one. The lead capture approach tends to work better because they get to the opportunity to speak to either the business owner or the office manager, ask those questions, build some rapport, build some trust, and that helps them to get them over the edge and then book with you. So point 1 is using a lead capture approach on your website. Point 2, in terms of running an effective marketing campaign, is all about the follow-up. Many people talk about follow-up, and it is incredibly important because what we find is that most people, particularly business owners early on, do not follow up enough. and do not follow up on enough channels. There's a well-known marketing stat that says new clients need to see your business around 7 times before they are comfortable enough to book with you. How does this translate into our cleaning business? Let's say someone fills out a lead form and then you try and follow up with that. As I said in the last point, in my business, we convert about 1 in 3 leads to a book client. That means that the majority are actually not booking there and then, but by using an effective follow-up, we could maybe go from, say, a 10% close rate from lead to booked client to, say, 20 to 30%. So we need to follow up well. A couple of things. So firstly, we want to try and call all leads back very quickly, ideally within 5 minutes, because that person will be then calling around lots of other cleaning companies, and then they will keep calling around until they find someone that they like. Obviously, the longer you leave it to get back to them, the more likely that they will have found another cleaning company. But let's say you call up and you don't get through. What you should then do is you should send them a text message, because some people may be doing a search of work or they may not be able to speak. But by having an SMS, that helps them because they can then get back to you quickly. You can either ask them if there's a good time to speak, or you can communicate back and forth. So SMS is important, but you also want to be sending an email as well, because obviously some people may be picking up the emails much more than text message, and it just gives you multiple opportunities to follow up with that client. So we call new clients, we send text messages, and we email them. And if we don't hear back from that client that day, we will then keep following up, and we will follow up every single day for 7 days until they go into our what we call our monthly nurture sequence. And that will be where we're sending that client, a monthly email, really just to keep our business front of mind if they decide to book a cleaning with us in the future. So we want to follow up by multiple channels and every single day. If you're running an ads campaign, you've paid for that lead. It's your right to follow up with that client until they say yes or no. Follow-up is super important. There's lots of great CRM out there that can help you. The one that we really like is High Level, and there's a video on my channel where we go into High Level in a bit more depth. So point 2 of running an effective marketing campaign is to really get your follow-up right. Thirdly is then once we have the lead form on our website, once we have the follow-up set up, we then need to make sure that we are making the most of our advertising dollars. And I believe that the best place to find clients is on page 1 on Google. It's not Facebook, it's not in your offline channels, it's not by running ads in local newspapers, it's by going to be visible on page 1 on Google. Let's say you are a house cleaning company based in Omaha, Nebraska, and someone types in house cleaners in Omaha. You want to try and be as visible as you can on Google, on page 1 of Google's results. So you can broadly do this by running a Google ads campaign or running a Google local service ads campaign, and also being very visible with your organic traffic, your Google SEO. Because the reason why I believe Google is the best place is that is where you get the clients with the highest intent. As we know, if we are a prospective client and we are looking for a cleaning service, 9 times out of 10, the first place will be go to Google, find a house cleaning company near me. We're not going to be on Facebook browsing through posts. We're not going to be on TikTok. Though, whilst you can get leads by those other channels, the intent is a lot lower. You'll find the close rate from lead to booked client is far lower than it is on Google. So point 3 of running an effective marketing strategy is to be visible where people really are showing high intent for wanting to book a cleaning service. And that is where I think you should spend your time, your effort at any marketing dollars, and that is page 1 on Google. So I hope you found this video helpful. Do hit like and subscribe if you did. It really helps me. In this next video, I'm going to go into Google marketing in a bit more detail, take you through what Google Ads entails, Google local service ads, and Google SEO. This is something I call the Google domination strategy, and this is something that we run for many of our cleaning company clients across the country. So I'll see you on the next one.